As leaders, one of the few things that we always end up doing day in, day out is to make decisions. And the quality of our decisions actually determine the impact that we can have as a leader, both on the organization as well as on the people that we lead. So the question then is, how do we make better decisions? So one of the things that we need to do in order to learn how to make better decisions is to be able to think critically. And one of the things that we need to understand when it comes to critical thinking is that it is more important to come up with a better question than to come up with a better answer. So in any given situation, we need to always be thinking about what is the question that I need to be asking in order to come up with the best decision. It doesn't stop there. We need to be able to think and look at any given situation from multiple lenses, from multiple perspectives. And one of the ways that we can again do that is by asking questions from multiple perspectives. Another thing that we need to do in order to be able to do good, high quality critical thinking is to be able to understand the underlying assumptions that we are making. And in any situation, if we say, okay, what is the assumption that I'm making here? Is that assumption right? Is there a belief system that I have which is causing me to avoid certain circumstances or certain ideas or certain assumptions? So that's a good question to ask. And a lot of times, what we tend to do is to think in binaries. Okay, is this a better idea or is that a better idea? And one of the best ways that we can actually mitigate that is to at least think in 3 options, or at least think in 5 options. If you force yourself that, for every decision that I make, I need to come up with 5 different options, suddenly you will find that the variety of the options that you have opens up. Suddenly you will find that there is a lot more that you can actually do to solve the problem. And again, one of the things that we can always do is to think from different mindsets. So what would a musician do in this scenario? What would an engineer do? What would an entrepreneur do? What would a designer do? What would a research scientist do? What would a philosopher do? What would an athlete do? What would a child do? What would an actor do? And every one of these perspectives will open up options that you can actually consider in order for you to be able to come up with the best possible solution. The thing is that the most creative solutions are not the ones that come immediately when you ask a question. Those are the obvious answers or the obvious solutions, which are usually not very creative and are not really impactful in terms of the impact that they have on the outcome of the business. I always believe in doing anything that creates an outsized impact for your business. And outsized impact comes when we are able to think through these multiple perspectives, when we are able to increase the number of options that we have to consider in order for us to be able to come up with a good decision. Thinking through multiple perspectives, thinking through multiple mindsets, and coming up with these options gives you the optionality to then choose the most creative or the most optimally creative solution which you are able to implement and benefit from. So, and of course, data is important. So also look at it from a data point of view. What is the data telling you? What is the gut telling you? And challenge yourself. Another thing that I have found very useful in a team setting is that for every major decision or a crucial decision, you give people in your team a particular perspective and ask them to research the issue from that particular perspective. Someone could be for a particular decision, someone else could be against a particular decision, someone could be for a completely random perspective, coming at it from a very random perspective. And let them all put their perspectives into play, enabling a discussion, and you facilitate that conversation and then decide what is the best, make the decision. That not only involves your team, it also teaches them how to think from different perspectives, and also how do you facilitate a conversation where ideas conflict and not ideologies or not personalities. So the best idea wins in a way. So yeah, improve your critical skills, critical thinking skills, improve your decision making, and increase the impact that you have both on your organization as well as on your team. Take care.